In today's meeting by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we are gathered and pay my respect to elders past, present and emerging. My name is Councillor Tony Hall. I'd like to welcome you to the City Lifestyle Committee meeting of the 19th of July 2023. I declare this meeting open at 9 a.m. I would like to advise attendees in the room that this meeting is being webcast and audio recorded. I believe I have no leave of absences today. We've got everyone in the room, and Councillor Laurie Kerensky is joining the room via Teams. I now refer to the declaration of conflicts of interest. Do any councillors wish to declare a conflict of interest against any of the reports on today's agenda? There being none, I'll now refer to the reports on today's agenda. We'll begin with item 5.1, Logan City Arts, Culture and Heritage Strategy, July 2023. This is a public report under Directorate of Mr. Brad White. We are joined here today by Acting Libraries and Creative Industries Manager Kerry Van Leeuwen, yes, and Creative Industries Program Leader Naomi Sands. I'll ask for the Creative Industries Program Leader, Naomi Sands, to speak to her report.
There we go. Thank you so much and good morning, everybody. Through the chair, we would like to table that we have a PowerPoint. Whether that can get put up onto the screen for everyone to see.
I'd like to table that the PowerPoint as presented to the meeting in relation to item 5.1 of the City Lifestyle meeting held on 19th of July 2023 be tabled. Do I have a mover? Councillor Murphy has moved. Do I have a seconder? We don't need a seconder. A show of hands. That's carried unanimously and passed. We can table the PowerPoint.
Thank you so much. Look, it's so wonderful to be here today to share, I guess, what is a really great good news story for our wonderful community. Developing this outcome report has been such a great way to, I guess, get a really good understanding of what's happened over the past 5 years in the areas of arts, culture and heritage in Logan City. Because sometimes when you start a new job, it's hard to sort of get on board and understand everything. But for me, this has been a wonderful opportunity. It really is super exciting to see the community engagement in the creative industries and art and culture in the area. Like, I was astounded by some of the numbers. So it does fill me with a lot of hope for what we can deliver for the city over the next term of our new plan. There was a diverse and vibrant range of arts and cultural activities presented to the community of Logan over the 5 years, and it had a really positive impact on the health and well-being of the community. And I think it's truly made Logan City a wonderful place to live. And I think especially having faced so much adversity over the last 5 years, I know we're all sort of feeling okay on this end of it, but if you think what we've done and what we've had to go through, having a really solid arts and culture program has really helped our community thrive. Just hopefully I'm going to press the right button. Yes. So I included this quote because I think sometimes we don't quite understand why it's really important to have a really robust arts and culture. The latest analysis from the Bureau of Commissioned Arts and Regional Research shows that cultural and creative activities continue to boost the Australian economy. The analysis shows cultural and creative activities contribute $122.3 billion to our national economy. And I think that's something to really think about when we're, supporting our arts and culture. It has a really great impact to our regional economies. So the strategy was, separated into 5 areas. Develop was the first area. And during 2018 to 2022, across council, our teams delivered 35,500 arts and cultural events to the community. And that, just, because I like to do a little bit of a numbers game, actually means around about 590 activities per month. Like, obviously each month might be different, but when you do that average, it's kind of like, wow, we have such a dynamic community. One of our most successful programs for our young people, and it really provides them with a great foundation, is the First Five Forever. When I first learnt about this project, I was like, that is such a wonderful project to give our young members of our community a great start. And can you imagine all the people that get to, I guess, participate in that? They will just love learning and love being engaged in reading. So over the 5 years, we actually delivered 5,067 programs to 123,795 people. So again, it's got a really big reach, and I mean, to have that amazing start to life is extraordinary. So the next area of the strategy was engagement. So over the term of the strategy, we engaged over 5.5 million people in arts and cultural activity across all of our council delivery in the areas. So what that really translates to, just over 1.1 million people per year are engaged in arts and cultural activity across all of the branches from council. And that really encourages, lifelong learning. And I guess one of the things about that engagement also is that we probably are supporting, our innovative thinkers. And that kind of engagement and creativity really sets us apart and will, help our future. Okay. The next area was, supporting our places and spaces. And what in this area, we really are looking at, I guess, supporting spaces for our cultural activity to thrive. And during the 5 years, it was an exciting and dynamic program of public art. Look, I was, coming to this area, I was really amazed by the wonderful public art that we have across the city. And I think we're really, really quite fortunate to have these wonderful things in our parks and in our city centres. And I know that we're continuing to develop that, but it was really a wonderful, I guess, discovery for me. And this placemaking and public art is enhancing our community wellbeing, and it really promotes community pride and livability in our community. One of the really great stories is our First Nations support in that area of public art. We were able to install a wonderful mural at Logan Art Gallery. We installed the wonderful work, the sort of floor murals or ground murals at Kingston Butter Factory Precinct. We installed public art at Logan Gardens, Baronia Heights, Water Tower, Bingley Town Square, and the streetscape of Logan Lee Healthy Road Street Project. And that support of our First Nations artists is such an amazing achievement. And I think, I can only just see that that is the tip of the iceberg of what we can really do. Another major highlight was the development and opening of the Kingston Butter Factory Cultural Precinct and the establishment of the Living Museum of Logan. Again, these are at the beginning of their journey, but you imagine what they can do in the next couple of years and really get our community engaged in arts and cultural activity. It's just so exciting. I'm very excited about what we can actually do. The next section was partnerships. Now, a lot of the amazing things that we do, we wouldn't be able to do without really great partnerships, whether it be with state government or other local businesses. Partnerships allow us to deliver these outstanding cultural activity. So during the 5 years, Logan City Council developed significant partnerships with state government and delivered outstanding arts and cultural and heritage activity to improve our infrastructure, and the highlights include we had a $6 million investment from the State Library of Queensland to deliver our amazing library services. $690,000 from Arts Queensland as part of our Regional Development Fund, Play Local and Queensland Art Showcase. I know what we do in the Regional Development Fund really supports our local creatives thrive, and in New South Wales we don't necessarily have that fund, and I was really excited to see the work that we've been doing and how we've been able to support all of our creatives, realise their projects. We had 6.57 million of COVID works from the Queensland Government to help the development and planning of KBF, and 450,000 through the Safer Communities Funding Department. The last strategy, I guess, area was communication. So during the 5 years, we really developed our communication and honed our brands across each of the different sort of main cultural and arts and cultural areas. And this really, that focus on rebranding and, you know, getting our communication out there has really led to the success of the Arts and Cultural Heritage Strategy. If people don't know what we're doing, they can't participate. So the more we can focus on that, it has really helped us actually deliver those wonderful programs. During the 5 years, new marketing plans and brands were developed for the Kingston Butter Factory, the Living Museum of Logan, Logan Art Gallery, Mays Cottage and the Logan Entertainment Centre. And we actually developed the Logan Arts brand, which is basically, I guess, a one-stop shop for people to get involved in our arts and culture. And I think, you know, I guess it's in its infancy, but look, I can see it's an amazing resource because you can actually explore all the different offerings that we have in arts and culture in the one spot. Instead of looking at, you know, 5 or so websites, you can see it all in one. And I think one of the really beautiful things about having it in one is there's that cross, you know, if you're interested in heritage, you might then be interested in a performance. So it sort of, you know, cross pollinates people's involvement in arts and culture. So this brand brings together all of our arts and cultural venues under one umbrella to support community engagement. And I think we can see that that is starting to really flourish. That's the end of my presentations. Does anyone have any questions?
Councillor Wilcox.
Thank you. Is there a new strategy coming?
Yes, there is a new strategy coming and it should be presented at the August meeting.
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to it. I love everything that you've delivered. The fact that you've delivered like 35,000 events. If people say there's nothing on in Logan, they need to actually follow the councillor, follow the Logan City Council pages, follow whatever, because there's always something going on and
Yes.
you can't say that there's nothing. I think this is fantastic. I know I said this the other day. I personally love the pop-up art gallery that we had in Councillor Fraser's area, and I would love to see a roadshow of some sort of art, you know, going throughout the suburbs or something in the future, if that's something that we can look at. But I love all of the events that we put on. I think they're fantastic. I get to as many as I can, and I think everyone else should as well. Thanks.
Thank you for the wonderful feedback.
Any other questions? No? I'd just like to add as well, I think this is such an important thing we're doing for our city. Arts really does tie into culture. And if we look back in history, many civilizations that have existed, we don't know their languages, we don't know their behaviours, but we know so much about them because of their art, because of their artworks that they presented. And all these stories have been passed down and preserved because of those artworks. So I think it's important that we as a city do that as well, because it's almost like a time capsule of what we're experiencing in any moment, especially during that time in COVID. I believe people were experiencing some things that they've never experienced before. And look, I can say from my own personal experience, art is a funny thing. I mean, I don't feel really artistic until something traumatic happens to me, and then all of a sudden I feel like that I need to do something artistic to get that creative outlet out there, and I believe so many people are like that as well. So I think this is a beautiful thing that we're doing, and we're preserving the city's culture and our heritage with those works. With that being said, I'd like to move the report. Do I have a seconder? Seconded by Councillor Wilcox. Can I see a show of hands? That is carried unanimously. Yep. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I believe that concludes the agenda for today. Does anyone have any general business for the Director of Community and Lifestyles? Councillor Wilcox?
I actually have two. I have one for Carrie and then one for Brad. Carrie, I just want to say thank you to the library team for the library services at home, especially the team that go and deliver it all. My mum had she gets this every month, and she absolutely loves it. But the team went above and beyond last month, and I don't know if I'm pretty sure they do this for everyone, but Mum was really like taken aback by this. It was her birthday last month, and she actually got a birthday card specifically from the library team. And so she was like, "Oh my God, you have to see this card." And I'm like, "Oh, well, right, okay, fair enough." But she loves it. They personally select all the books for Mum, and that sort of thing, and they deliver it to her because she can't get to a traditional library anymore. She simply just can't get there. So she absolutely loves it. So thank you, and please pass on my thanks to the team. And to Brad, yesterday, I know a number of us, in between committee and meetings, we popped down to Ignite. As a former educator and a mum that's actually accessing all of these events at the moment because I have a child that's about to go into senior, I thought Ignite yesterday was the best one. I thought the venue was awesome. The amount of stalls that were there were just out of control. It was fantastic. The fact that you had 3 separate groups come through, so you had a morning, a middle, and then a late session for the schools, I thought it worked brilliantly because you didn't have too many kids. Yes, once all of them were in there, it was a bit like a sardine can, but I think it worked. And I think the kids took a lot out of it. I think the last session, there were actually some kids that I knew spoke to me and they said, "Oh, you know, that one, they actually ran out of booklets and stuff to hand out to the kids and that sort of thing." But that to me says, wow, these kids are actually there. They're asking questions. They're doing the right thing, you know, and I thought the kids were brilliant. The teachers were great. I saw heaps of people that I hadn't seen in years from teaching. And the staff that were there were terrific. And after visiting TS Expo on the weekend, I'm going to make a big call and say that one was a lot better than TS Expo in Brisbane because of the amount of different stalls. There was only universities and TAFE at TS Expo. I thought it used to be better, and I was really disappointed when I was there on the weekend. And I wish I had had my child with me here yesterday, but I thought it was terrific. So thank you very much.
Okay. Look, I believe we have one more item. Oh, Councillor Kerensky.
Sorry, thank you. I just did have some general business. I just wanted to say that I had the great pleasure of representing the Mayor last weekend at KBF for the Big Business Children's Arts Matters launch, and it was absolutely incredible. So I was going to ask if Naomi could please pass on my congratulations to Sana and the team, and congratulations to you as well. What an important piece of work when we were showcasing children from Woodridge State School who've completed art projects, not just currently, but over generations. It was amazing. So thank you and well done. Keep up the good work.
Councillor Russell. Okay. Okay. I believe we have one more general business item. Mr. Brad White.
Thank you, and through the chair, with some very nervous excitement, I'll call forward Michelle Griffin, our Community Development Program. She just wanted to share some information, so I'll call her and her friend to the table.
Michelle, yeah, could you get behind a microphone just for the viewers at home?
Okay. So yeah, I was maybe Frankenstein. Just, do you want to go to the cameras? That's all. Oh, can you see? Yeah. So Frankenstein is the mascot for our school holiday program. Born in 2019, actually has a birth certificate, and I'm not joking. And has had a bit of a break in the cupboard and is now back out again. So he had to have a. Yeah, I said this would come up. It's very hard not to say one or the other. So we're bringing Frankenstein back, and has been at the Imagination Festival recently, Area 51. You'll see on social media. So if you would like Frankenstein to come out into any of your communities or with you, please let us know, and we're happy to bring this out. We also just want to take the opportunity to say thank you for the extra $50,000 which is going to go into the Crank School Holiday program, and I just want to explain a little bit as to where we're up to with that extra $50,000 which is going towards the programs. We're about to go out for quotes, so if you have any service providers that you know would like to do additional programs, please let us know as soon as possible. They're going to open on the 1st of August and we'll close them on the 1st of September. We keep a list, as you know, of all those service providers, and we always add those ones that you've given to us previously. So we'll go out to everyone. And you'll see the changes in the extra programming from January until April in the school holiday programs, and for Active and Healthy you'll see those changes from October. And you'll see social media posts, and we'll update you through our CEO update. So welcome to Crankenstein if you've not met this thing before.
Thank you, Michelle. That was great, and thank you, Crankenstein. and Councillor Raven's getting the obligatory selfie as well. Yeah, so if you do see, to the community and to councillors, if you do see Crankenstein about, please go up and say hello and get a photo. He's a bit of a mascot for Logan, and I think we do, and he's a bit of a hero as well, so he needs our support. With that, I have no further general business in the room. There being none, I declare the City of Lifestyle meeting of 19th of July concluded at 9:21.